Okay, well, hello everyone. I'm Dragondarch, and this will be a run of Vagrant story. Any percent no raging ache, which I'll explain a little bit once I get going. I will fully admit that I'm a little more tired than I normally am, so I might not be as talkative as I could possibly be, but I'll do what I can. Um, yeah, let me just game, please reset. Need soft reset. A neat cutscene here that doesn't have a lot to do with the game. Just saying. I don't know who that belly dancer is, but she does not show up ever. But we'll skip it. Alright, my goose. Ready on timer. I'm going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So, like I said, this is the any percent no raging ache category. And how this differs from the any percent category is that the raging ache ability is completely off limits. Raging ache is an ability that does damage based on how low your HP is, but it ignores the enemy's defense entirely. So it's a little busted. This category bans that, so I have to find ways around all of the enemy's defenses so I can actually do reasonable damage. Just opening that chest to grab a couple of healing items there. The cure items I probably won't use, but the Vera bulbs I might end up getting use out of. So I killed that bat primarily because he'll just keep hitting me off the wall if I try to when I'm hanging off the ledge. I'm gonna kill a few enemies here. What I want to do is get my I want to get my weapon. I skipped the cutscene and didn't even notice it. Hello, where am I? Note to self, don't mash start that much. Pushing start normally just puts you into a first-person view, but you also have to hit it to skip cutscenes. So I was hitting it just a little bit too much there. There's a lot of cutscenes in these beginning rooms. Oop, forgot there was a cutscene in there. I'm gonna kill this bat because he'll probably hit me twice if I don't kill him. So it's better to just get rid of him so I don't deal with 2 hits. Climb that, please. I want to get away from this wolf and not hit the trap in front of the door. There's a trap like right 2 squares in front of that door. They put it there on purpose. Soldier there is going to try and cut me off the blocks, but he's a little bit ahead. I'd explain about the story, but I remember very little about it, and we skipped all of it. Hey, stupid bat! So killing the bats there's not like experience points or anything in this, but killing the bats is getting my sword some phantom points, which does affect its damage. So the more things I hit with it, the more phantom points I'll have for later, which it's important when I get to the second boss. The first boss, not so much, but the second boss especially. Come on, get down here, bat. Alright, there we go. This room, I have to kill both enemies because the wolf will just attack the boxes, and then I can't pick one up to bring it over here. And the bat will, when I'm carrying something, if you get hit, you just drop whatever you're carrying. Wait for the bat to come over, take care of him. I'm going to try and make a jump here. You can make it up to this thing without bringing the blocks over there if you make a very precise jump. And I missed it first try. Ooh. There we go, second try. They put that one on a timer, then there's another cutscene behind it. Yeah, not much going on right now. I don't really have any abilities yet. I don't get those until after the first boss. So right now all I can do is I can just do basic attacks. Again, gotta kill the bats here because they will they will keep hitting me while I'm carrying this box, and I'll just keep dropping it over and over. So I just have to deal with it. Remember, this is a PS1 RPG. They have to have block puzzles. Alright, so here we have our first boss. You're going to hear me typing a little bit during this run, primarily whenever I get stat increases. I got to keep track of where my stats are at, primarily so I know which stat reel I'm going to get after bosses. When you kill a boss, you get basically a slot machine to determine what stat goes up, and which one you get is based on what your lowest stat is. And knowing which one I'm going to get just saves me a lot of headache. This guy's going to hit me once, and I'm going to walk in. I want to hit his head, because that's where I do the most damage. It has a lower hit rate than some of the other body parts, but I do more damage to it, and less hits is better. He's going to get a couple of hits off, which is fine. There we go, that should be it right there. Just 6 hits, very easy. Now I'm going to get the strength reel here, which means I can get a potential strength plus 3 out of it, because all the stats are tied right now. Starts on 2, so I'm going to have to watch it carefully. Right. Bullseye. Take everything out of that one. I have visual cues for when I want to stop the reels, which is the strength reel is kind of medium difficulty. The agility reel is by far the easiest, and the intelligence reel is really hard because it doesn't have a good visual cue. But right now it'll pick intelligence because agility and intelligence are tied, and it goes in order of strength, then intelligence, then no, what's there? It goes in order of strength, intelligence, and agility, whichever is, if any of them are tied. So I do need to actually raise all 3 stats, not because I really need the intelligence stat at all, but because if I don't raise it, then I'll just keep getting the reel for it, and I don't want that. Okay, gonna kill a couple more bats in here. Here. Oops, not yet. Come on. There you go. Get away from getting in range. There'll be another bat to the left side of this room. I'm gonna leave the wolf alone. If I stay over on the left, that other bat won't even come near me. Or he'll come near me at the end, but not until then. In theory, it's a little bit faster to not kill the bats and just let them hit you, but I'm doing this partially for safety and partially because it makes the second boss a lot easier if my phantom points are maxed out. Spin the camera in here so I can see where I'm going. I had to go all the way over to Minotaur to get the sigil to unlock this door. Like, I literally just backtracked all the way back to the beginning. So that's your first encounter with Undead. I could kill him and get a guaranteed rapier drop, but I don't need it. I'm gonna get one not that far from now anyway. There's not really any point in picking that one up. Throw that wolf over there, and he doesn't end up attacking me, so that's good. So here's the second boss. If my phantom points weren't maxed, I'd be aiming for his abdomen. Enemies in this game have 2 evasion stats. They have their base evasion stat, which is based on the first hit, and then they have chain evasion, which is a hidden stat that you can't see. His abdomen has a 50% chance of dodging any chain attack I throw at him, but the arms only have a roughly 12.5% chance. But the abdomen takes more damage. So if I didn't have maxed out phantom points in my weapon, I'd go after the abdomen and just hope I get lucky. But since they're already maxed out, I'm just going to attack the arms. And I'm going to use Degenerate here to lower his strength first. This is going to be a spell that I use on almost every boss. Anything that's not immune. And that's the second boss. That's all you gotta do. I will say, I've seen a few people in chat mentioning that they didn't understand how the combat worked when they first played through this. Don't worry, nobody does. Okay, just give me an intelligence reel. That might have been early. Yep, it was. Take that and that. This one a little bit of extra MP. But yeah, the combat mechanics in this game are very, very not clear. What it really boils down to is that you want to aim to get around enemies' defenses and not worry about boosting any of your stuff at all. In that chest there I picked up, there was a healing item and also a new weapon. I'm going to be using a polearm for a little while here because it's piercing damage, which is going to work better against most of the upcoming enemies. I'm also going to stick that gem in there, the Braveheart. Braveheart increases my accuracy by 20%, in addition to increasing my agility by 5, so that might as well. So that also increases it by an additional 5%, so it's actually 25%. Take the free heal there. I didn't really need it, but I actually want my health over 200 because rooms will have different enemy spawns based on how much health you have. So I actually wanted to lose some health to get over 200 so I get different enemies in here. Otherwise I would have gotten a slime in here instead. I don't want that. Slimes are a pain in the ass to kill. Now I'm killing these enemies here to get my phantom points up on this weapon. It actually gets easier to get phantom points up the later I get in because I'll get an ability to make it easier later on. But right now I just gotta do it through straight damage. Avoid the trap. There's going to be a bat in the next room that I'm going to kill for some phantom points. What I'm going to do is I'm going to backtrack out of the room, and I'm actually going to intentionally step on that trap to get my HP down, because the room after this will not have a bat if my HP is over... oh wow, that's still going to be too high. If my HP ends up over 200, I won't get a bat in the room after this. So I wanted to hit that trap on purpose to do that. Bats are just really easy to kill, and they're really easy to farm for phantom points. I also get an extra wolf. Ooh, nice crit. Okay, so this is a mini-boss, not an actual boss, just a ghost. I really wanted the phantom points for this. Oh, wow, you spawned up here. I also want to point out, comboing with a polearm is really difficult because the timings are just so weird. Use that Elixir of Kings. Hopefully get something good out of this. 1, of course. I am fully expecting the worst of Marathon luck. I am gonna get like the absolute worst luck. I know it. That's just how this works. Okay, so now we have an actual box puzzle here. I'm gonna cheat a little bit, not quite do it the intended way. Jump up here, push this one over. Jump down, push this one over to the left. Climb back up, push this one off, and then stack this one on top of that. They wanted you to actually put a 2-high block in front of one space in front of this, but we can do it with 3 from here. Can I explain risk? Risk, the higher it gets, the lower your accuracy gets, and the lower your defense gets. It's basically, it's kind of like a, it's supposed to be like a risk versus reward mechanic. Having it higher doesn't really help you in any real way, but it increases as you do attacks and stuff. Ow, nice crit. I mean, I put my HP down where I want it. I want it below 150 when I go back into that room. But yeah, risk is basically, you don't generally want it high. The only reason you do want it high is when you're healing yourself, because you can actually, the game actually takes your defense into account when you're healing. So, the higher your risk, the more you'll heal yourself for. Okay, good. Only took 9. Take, gain magic to start. Crit. Safe here. Gonna actually cast my heal spell finally. I'll just take a hit in the next room to get me down. I don't want to run too big of a risk here. So you're gonna go ahead and hit. Good, perfect crit. I wanted to be just under 150. Just gonna spawn a slime in here instead of a skeleton. Getting rid of these guys because I gotta carry a box across the room. Ah, good, I wasn't hanging out by the door. Sometimes it'll hang out up there and it won't jump down, which is just kind of a pain. Blocks while I'm waiting for the bats to come down. Gotta deal with these bats because, again, block puzzles. This one's pretty simple, though. Just need to make one that's 3 high so I can get up on top of this. Take the back way around that slime. This room's actually kind of weird because if you touch this guy, he'll go... Oh, yeah, there we go. He will basically light up like he's going to attack you, and then the other guy won't. I don't know why. Okay, so this room, I'm going to wait for the slime to come down the stairs a little bit and then jump up. That way it can't follow me. Or rather, it can't follow me and get an attack off. So here's Golem. This is the next boss. You'd think using a blunt weapon here would be better, but there's no good blunt weapons before this point. So I basically just have to make do with piercing instead. Piercing is still better than edged. That's why that's one of the reasons why I want pole arm. Alright, good. Only took 10 hits. And Golem doesn't get an attack, usually. I would explain the story, but I literally don't remember much about it. Got it. Take all of those. That one is an unskippable cutscene, that's why I didn't skip that one. Okay, I want to use that Electric Dragoons. Boost my agility from 101 to 104. Alright, that's a little better. Ah, good. I didn't get the wolf spawn on the way back. Also, enemies cannot attack you if you're in the air, so you're going to see me jumping a lot to prevent enemies from actually hitting me. That one I would have landed and he would have just taken a swing anyway, so it didn't matter. Yep, that one. There's going to be a bat coming. And a slime. Oh god. The slime came down at the same time. Slime, we'll get you first. Usually don't see them come down at the same time like that. Oh, I need that bat. I need to get rid of him because I gotta carry this box. Still made the platform cycle, so it's not a big deal. Also, you're going to see me pulling out my weapon when I cast the heal spell, because I get a boost to intelligence as long as my weapon is out. So I'm generally not going to be casting outside of... I will pretty much never cast outside of when I have my weapon out. Also, making my first safety save. This next boss can literally one-shot me if I don't jump at the right time. I generally try to avoid safety saving because you notice how long this takes. This is a really long save feature, so I'm going to try to avoid it as much as possible. Pop this. This is Prostasia. This boosts my equipment power. It's not a super powerful spell, but it's useful enough at the beginning and still a bit later on. Also, there's all the boss intros and their death animations are unskippable. I can mash through this all I want and it's not going to let me do anything. Also, here's a Durgan. Dragon, whatever you want to call it. Jump! Alright, good. Oop, no, dropped it. This boss was one of the big reasons why I wanted to have a piercing weapon, because he's fairly resistant to edge. That was a little off. I'm way off on my chains on this guy. I hate chaining with the polearm. It is like the worst weapon outside of stabs. Alright, he's dead. Yep, just what Jack of Hearts said. I needed to jump in at the beginning so he didn't use his breath attack. His breath attack hits me 5 times. which is ridiculous and will usually one-shot me. Nice. Again. Take those two. I don't need the Analyze spell. I need Dulling Impact next. 106 to 107. Good job. Okay, gonna burn a Vera Root here, get my risk back down to 0, so my accuracy is as high as it can be. I'm gonna start with a polearm, then I'm gonna switch back to my sword for the other enemy, for the second and third enemies. There's 3 enemies here that I gotta kill. This is actually a boss fight, too. But the one in the middle is weak to piercing. The other 2 are weaker to edged. Which one? There he is. Ah, crap. Just wore off. Oh, well, didn't matter. Take the Cure Root, don't take anything else. No, not setup. Memory Cursor screws with me so much. Push back to the base weapon. Recast Prostasia. I'm not going to bother casting Degenerate here because the 2 generic knights are not that strong and the boss is completely immune to it anyway. This guy, I want both items. I need that rapier for later. Ah, good. I got close enough. He won't cast Explosion if you're right next to him because it'll hit him as well. Oh, come on. Uh-oh. Hit him? Please hit. Alright. We'll burn another one of these. Because the game is just giving me really bad RNG. Alright, there. Now he can't cast spells. I've done enough damage to his head that he can't cast spells anymore. That was the whole point of trying to hit his head. It's actually easier to hit his legs. But I wanted to disable... Oh, God! That was a nice crit. Let's heal that up. Also, I'm not chaining him because he has a 75% chance to dodge chains. Like, literally every chain, you only have a 25% chance to hit him with it, so it's just not even worth trying to chain on him. Alright, so this will be a strength reel. I'm just going to take the +2. This and this. Took the +2. I could have gone for a 3, but the 2 was in a spot. If it's the second reel, if you just hit A like almost immediately, you'll just get it pretty much automatically. So if I see a +2 in that spot, I will just take that instead. Pretty much, it's nearly a guarantee. Nope, no Magnolia Frau strats. I tried working it in, and it's just not... It just ends up not being worth it. Crap, that wore off. I need that. I'm gonna recast it. I need to learn Instill at this point. Crap. not chain that one. Ah, should've. I hope that was enough. I don't want that. That should be it right there. Perfect. Just in time. That's going to be an ability I need. Play it safe and heal up again. Right now, healing's mostly for safety, but later on I actually will need the extra HP for combat reasons. Not because the enemy's going to be doing a lot of damage, but because I'm going to be doing a lot of damage to myself. Jump, jump. Oh, hi. Well, you didn't want to jump up in the boxes, did you? You must have messed up the movement a little bit there. Okay. Gotta cast Unlock on this chest to get it open. This is the only chest I need this spell for. Good, it didn't miss. Yes, it has a miss rate for some dumb reason. This, and that's it. Switch over to the Stinger. Rip the ruby out of this gem. Rip the ruby out of that shield. I'm going to throw that in the rapier. Oh, turn the camera the wrong way. You suck, dog. Get back here! No, I can't see. Great. Get the overhand swing, which is not what I was expecting. So now he's dead, so I'm gonna have to do something in the next room. I wanted max phantom points already, but the dog... I was sitting way too close to the dog, so I did an overhand swing, which I wasn't expecting. I'm also going to take an extra safety save here. I usually don't need this one, but the next boss is a similar situation. If I miss the jump, I can die. Alright, so... I know what I can do. Where are you? You're right there. You're doing blood sauce. This... I actually have to heal with an item here. Well, you know, at this point. So this is the Wyvern. This one I want to attack the tail. It's the only boss I want to go around to the tail to. Jump in so he doesn't do breath. Generate him. And I'm going to do a little trick here. I'm going to open and close the attack circle. And it's going to prevent him from spinning around in circles so I can actually get back to his tail. Crap. Get that way early. Okay, now I can heal. No, I can't. Oh, right, it's 5, and I'm stuck. I'm way off my chain. Overhead swing? Why'd you do that? Okay, still got him down. That was a sloppy fight, but... I hate when he switches to overhead swing, even when he does a wide swing to begin with, because it just throws me way off. And there's the +3. That and that. Okay, not gonna bother healing because there's a heal panel in this room here. That's fine. Him casting that is not a big deal. Because it'll wear off before I even get into another combat anyway. Like that. I am so bad about menu cursor. I'm gonna switch to the rapier now. Oh. So what I'm doing here is I'm using Instill as part of my chain. And what Instill does is it increases my phantom points by the original damage that I did. Normally you get about 10%. Oh, I was a little short on damage there. Normally you get 10% of whatever damage you do, but with Instill you get the full amount of what the original hit was, so it's really fast for building phantom points. And that allowed me to get the rapier maxed out, which I'm going to need 2 bosses from now. Get up there. And that is why I equipped Ward at the beginning of the game, because it negates paralysis and numbness attacks. Okay, gonna switch back to the Stinger. I need that for the next boss. I'm going to stick the Undyne Jasper I just got into it, because I need Water Element. Okay, so in this room there's another dog. I'm just going to kill it because it'll almost always get an attack off on me. And if I'm too far away from it, it'll just do the breath, which wastes a lot more time than what I just spent killing it. Gonna put Prostasia back up. Because the boss is in this room, I just have to take a couple of steps to spawn him. So this is the fire elemental, which is why I wanted the Undyne Jasper in this. I also could have gone out of my way and picked up the Frost Fusion spell, but the Frost Fusion spell is too much of a detour for something that's only going to get used, I believe, 3 times the entire run. Good whiff! Hello? Can I hit? Oh boy. That's not what I want to see. There we go. So yeah, for this guy, I wanted to focus on having water element because that's he has no resistance to it, basically. So I'm actually able to do damage through that. Frost Fusion would have been worth more damage, but the Undyne Jasper takes less time to get. That's late. Manaton it. Next up, I need... Actually, it doesn't matter what I pick up, because none of those are useful. I knew I was late the moment I hit the button on that reel, too. Actually, I want to keep that out for right now. Gotta break one of these boxes so I can get up on top of it. Dulling impact there, because there's an enemy in this next room that I want to deal with. He casts... can I hit him? Good. I just want to silence him because he'll cast Degenerate if I give him a chance. And I really don't want him casting Degenerate on me because it wastes a lot of time in this next boss. There was a cutscene there. Anytime you see the screen just like mysteriously disappear, it's because I'm skipping a cutscene. Oop, not set up. I swear to God, I'm going to do that every time I pop into this menu. Switch back to the rapier. Because I need this for the next boss. I need fire element and I need piercing to be mostly effective against this guy. And then I'll cast Degenerate when I get into the room. So here's the Ogre. Piercing is by far the best damage you can get, and he's weakest to fire. Unfortunately, the one part of his body that is easy to chain on is the one he has the highest defense. I forgot to Degenerate him. That's why I'm not doing damage. Wait a minute, 11? That's too low. Let's fix that. 29, that's better. Ooh, nice crit. I took that one all the way because I got that crit right out of the gate. Had I not gotten that, I would have done a couple of 8 chains, so my risk wouldn't have gotten too high. But the crit's just like, no, you don't stop the chain for that. Early, I think. Oh, no, got it. Okay, that and that. 109 to 111. Okay, switch back to Stinger. Actually, just going to take apart these weapons to get them out of the inventory. And because I need the brave heart out of this anyway. And because I need to stick the Salamander Ruby in this. So it's just as streamlined as I can make it. Alright, we're done with that area. I'm going to make a safety save here because I really don't want to make a stupid mistake in this against this next boss. This next boss has killed me before. It's not common, but it has happened, and I don't want to risk it. Okay, just basically just a bunch of plot here in this section before I get down into the Undercity. There's like a whole long cutscene here that introduces a bunch of characters that I've forgotten about, mostly. Slow on that one. Get out of the... Oh, God! Please, no. Crits are like the worst thing this game can throw at you. Alright, good. I got up top before he attacked again. Okay, heading into Undercity West. Next boss is probably not... If you've never played this game, you're probably not going to be expecting what this boss is. Because, for one, there's no way this boss should ever fit into the room he's in. 2, I'd really like to know how he got there. And 3, I'm not sure why he's in basically the sewers, if you will. But here's our next boss. We have a giant crab. Again, no idea how he got into this room. There's no openings big enough for this guy. Jump in again. So there is a special attack, or not even so much a special attack that he can use at range, but I do that just to try and prevent him from attacking me too quickly. Alright, there we go. 2 chains. So this guy, the best weapons you could use against him would be a blunt weapon with air element on it, but I don't have access to air element right now, really. And again, I don't really have any good blunt weapons. The only one I could have picked up would have been the staff from earlier, but that one's relatively weak. That's the int reel. Nice, got it. This and this. Now I have access to wind because I picked that up. Next ability is doesn't matter. But for that one, I was using edged because it's effectively better than piercing, at least when it comes to the body. And I used fire because that's basically a secondary weakness after air. Alright, so welcome to obligatory forest maze, where the directions don't really make sense. We are absolutely making a safety save here, because the next boss probably has the toughest jump-in of any boss in the game. And there's enemies in the forest that can basically one-shot me if they feel like it. So, yeah. But welcome to Snowfly Forest. I'm going to be taking a very weird route through this. If you look at a map, it's not... I mean, it does get me to where I'm supposed to be going, but it's not like the conventional way of doing it. I also need to make a quick detour to pick up a couple of items. Rather, I'm going to kill a couple enemies to have a guaranteed drop of those items. Oh god, get him away from me. That thing on the ground is death. So I'm going to kill these guys. In this room and the room over to the left, they are guaranteed to drop fairy wings. And I'm going to be picking these up for later, like an hour later. But they're guaranteed drops and I can get 4 of them really easily. No, don't get hooked on him. Good miss. Alright, now I got 4 of them. We won't be using those for quite a while. Okay, now I'm going to switch back to the rapier. I'm going to equip a shield for the only point in the game where I'm going to have one out. Shields give you defense to every part of your body, which is really useful against breath attacks, like what these what the little geckos do on the floor here. I'm going to put this up now. I'm not going to put Prostasia up. You can't have Prostasia and an elemental weapon up at the same time. So I gotta pick between the two, and his next boss is weak versus air, so I want to make sure I have that. Too young to understand the mechanics? Everybody is too young to understand the mechanics. They are convoluted for almost no reason. Okay, so here's the Earth Dragon. Jump here. Good. Didn't get hit with the breath. His breath will absolutely one-shot me. Like, straight up, I can't survive it. I'm gonna do some 8 chains so I don't get too high on risk. Never mind, I got a crit. Oh, he's dead. This is the agility reel. That's late. Nope, it wasn't. Sure, I'll take it. This. Top myself off just in case. This next little string here is kind of trolly. Put my weapon away so my when you're not in combat, your HP and MP regenerate faster and your risk reduces faster. But I want the shield out right now because that little gecko is wandering around somewhere. I kind of saw him. And there's a fire elemental in here. By the way, this is a normal enemy now. Slightly weaker than the boss version of it. He just took most of my MP. That's great. This guy is really irritating because there's not really any way to get through this room without him casting at least 2 spells. Or 3 if he wants to be a prick. Do not want to have to fight the dragon again. Really? I've tried going around that tree on the right and he still follows me. Oh, no, 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 no! Get away from me! That gecko is the scariest thing in this room. Leave that gem out for later, and I equipped the Sylphid ring. Sylphid ring, it protects against air. Oh, please get that out. This is the reason why, A, I saved, and B, why I have a shield out. Because that can hit 4 times sometimes, and that almost would have killed me if it hit all 4. Ah, almost got through there. Sometimes you can fake him out enough that he'll stay over to the left and won't get close enough to start casting. Gonna get some MP back. I'm actually not going to get enough by the room, so I'm just going to have to burn an item for it instead. Going to put up Bluff Fusion. This next boss, there's 2 enemies in it. And an ally. The ally is mostly inconsequential. He's just going to not do very much. He'll probably cast Prostasia on himself. So I want to switch to Gain Magic. Yep, cast Prostasia on himself first turn, as always. Good job, Sydney. I'm going to attack this guy first. He can actually be degenerated. The human over there cannot. Yeah, that's fine. He doesn't. I don't think he has any actual armor equipped, just a weapon. And this is the other reason why I want that Sylphid necklace on. Because he casts this, and it reduces the damage by a lot. He also hit his own guy there. Angel Wing and that. I don't care if you look for the Queens. I'm going to tarnish his equipment because the part of the body I need to attack is the feet, and he happens to have equipment there, and it's the only way I can debuff him. I gotta switch my air element off because he's actually fairly resistant to it. Ooh, good crit. There we go. He's dead. This will be an intelligence reel. The reason why I was going after his legs is because his chain evasion is the lowest at that point, but he's also fairly well defended down there, so it made it kind of a meh thing to go after. That was early. Yep. So I take these 2 spells and don't take the other equipment. And I take Paralysis Pulse, because that's actually a useful ability. So now I'm going to switch over. We're no longer using one-handed weapons. I'm switching over to the Angel Wing, which is going to carry us for a while. Assemble this, get it out of my inventory, and also give me the Braveheart back, so I can put that in the Angel Wing. This is a save I would normally not take, but in practice, in one of my practice runs earlier, I actually died, like, in this next little stretch because of something really dumb. So I'm gonna play it safe, so just in case it happens again. Back to Instill. weapon out just yet. Lose a little more risk here. Wow, I've never seen him catch up to me like that before. Decent amount of phantom points. No, I'll take that. Probably max, but I'll use it on this guy as well. Oh, that would have killed me. That was the dumb thing I was talking about. If I hadn't perfect guarded that, that would have been death. Okay, now it's definitely maxed. That was the dumb thing I was talking about, is I got crit to death. That is why I made that save. They didn't catch me. Good job hitting the wall. Those lizard men are the worst. Not the literal worst, but they're close. I'm going to put up Soil Fusion. This is the only other fusion spell I'm going to get. I'm not going to get the fire or water ones. Took him out really quick. That's the dangerous enemy in here. He casts a lot of AoE spells. Okay, just needed to come down here to kill that phantom and get the key. That's going to allow me to take the Undercity West path, which is better than taking the Abandoned Mines B2 path. I'm actually going to swap out the gem in my weapon now. I wanted Braveheart basically for that room, but now I want the Dijin Amber for some extra damage because I'm going to be going with air element for a lot of these next bosses. Oh, so all those locked doors there you saw on the mini-map, those are all just like challenge fights. You get keys for them in New Game Plus, except for 2 of them. You can get those in the base game. Alright, so this is Rosencrantz. He's also a risk breaker, like your main character is. Ah, crap, that's the left arm. I want the right one. I gotta hit his right arm, because that's the only one weak to air. Play safe. This guy has a 50% chance to avoid all chains on every single part of his body, so it doesn't matter what I hit in that regard. Early. Ooh, good crit. Okay, now I gotta swap out my abilities. Want paralysis. Ooh. Have I actually cast Antidote yet? Yes, I have. I couldn't remember if I'd used it or not. Half the time I go through this and never have to cast Antidote, and the other half, I cast it like 6 or 7 times. So I never remember if I've actually cast it or not. Alright, good. Only one cast there. So this room, I'm just going to silence and paralyze everybody so they're literally helpless. And because they'll waste time with taking extra turns. Okay, good. There, they're all helpless now. That is a really busted combo to anything that is actually vulnerable to both status ailments. Still have not learned the one ability I really want. I'll probably end up getting it after this next boss if I have to guess. He's gonna get an attack off whether I liked it or not. Just heal back up. Not antidote. Please heal. Love fusion again. This next boss is Darkness Element, or Dark Elemental, but I'm going to use an air build because it just works well. Prostasia actually does less than just casting Love Fusion. I forgot to switch my abilities back, which I can do real quick. Where is it? Temper, there it is. Yeah, that is why I wanted to be healed up. In case I messed up the chain, and he got this off. Here's one attack. So I'm on the int reel right now. There we go. I don't care for the spell. Oh, I still don't have it. Okay, I just want one heal. I don't want to be too high, but I don't want to be too low either. I think I might be a little over what I wanted to be. No, I'm fine. Oh, please. The crits, they hurt. Ah, I didn't do it right. You can kind of manipulate him to go left and then just do a loop around the room and he'll never get near you. Oh, well, that works too. You guys have fun. I'll leave them to play. Okay, I actually need to switch back to the Braveheart. Guys. Get out of there. The next guy will be coming from the left. Or he should be anyway, if he does it right. That should be close enough. Where is my spell? So I'm going to target his head here in an attempt, if it hits, it's going to disable all of his spell casting. These guys are annoying because they'll stay out of your range and just constantly cast spells, but that just disabled all of his spells, and now he's kind of a pushover. Now he has to come in close. You suck. Get out of there, dude. Oh, crap. I hate this jump. Can't guard this guy either because he has a silver weapon. This jump is annoying because you have to go out and around to make that work. I've also had that lizard man hang out in front of the door, so I couldn't get into it as well. And I can't really do a lot to him because he resists, like I don't have the right setup to take him down. I usually just don't deal with him. Jump. Good whiff. Early on that one. That's a lot of risk. I'm not going to be able to hit him with that. There it is. Usually he's dead by this point. I knew it. One hit. As always. One hit. On the strength reel. That was early, I think. No, it wasn't. There's the ability I wanted. Crimson Pain. That is the bread and butter of this route. What Crimson Pain does, it's like Heavy Shot. Heavy Shot does 70% of my original damage. Crimson Pain does 100%, but it also does 30% of that damage back to me. So I have to keep my health high for boss fights now, because I'm going to be damaging myself relatively quickly. Get away from me, you. Yes, I'm making saves aplenty now, because the game's gradually getting more dangerous. And because I have accidentally killed myself using Crimson Pain. Just that one extra hit that I wasn't paying attention to, and oh, well, guess I'm doing that over. Okay, that platform down there sometimes can just reject me and say, no, you're not getting on. But this time it was being nice. Get out of the way. Get out of the way, dude. Guy's just like, I know I can't hurt you, but I can block your path at least. I didn't mean to jump. That's the first attack. That's not the one I was thinking of. Okay, you're gonna jump down immediately. Nope, he's not. Okay, so I'm going to duck into the workshop here. I'm not going to do anything in here right now. I'm just activating the save point so I can teleport back here later. Right, come down, dude. Not. That'll work, too. Yep. Figured he was just not going to jump down this time. Sometimes he'll jump down immediately. Sometimes he just won't jump down at all. I've never quite been able to get in far enough to be able to hit him before he does that first spell. There we go. Okay, switch back to my Crimson Pain and gain magic. Put up Prostasia. Didn't jump at the right time. I can sometimes get through this with only one of them casting at me. Them making me silent makes no difference because it's going to wear off in the next room anyway. This is a mini-boss. I'm not going to get a stat reel thing after it. everything from him. Spell I just got from him is absolutely necessary. This is Heracles, which boosts my strength. You can, I think you can guess what this does. This next boss is Lich, who has very high defense. Low HP, but very high defense. He's relatively difficult to get damage in on, unless you set yourself up correctly. And he's dead. Also, he could one-shot me with his spell. So I needed to land those 3 hits, or I was pretty much dead. Agility reel. This. Grab a little bit of extra MP. Refill my MP on this little doll here. As soon as I get in here, we are absolutely putting this up, because now Lich is a normal enemy 2 rooms later. Go figure. Just need the key out of that one. That's scary. We're going to put that right back up. Okay, good. He teleported instead. Wow, these dolls are being ultra aggressive. They usually don't get this many spells off. Asia. Heracles. I'll probably one-shot the doll. I won't be able to regenerate my MP on it, but that's fine. Okay. I climbed up instead of pulling my weapon. Nope, it wasn't. Good. I got my MP back already, and now you die. I don't want you in the room when I come back through. So next boss, the next of the Dullahan series. We fought Dullahan, we fought Dark Crusader, this is Night Stalker. Generate him, and then we're going to aim for the abdomen. The abdomen is the hardest one to hit initially, but it has almost no chain evasion. Oh, too early. Oh my god, twice? Wow, he didn't cast... He usually casts like the Generate or something. That's rare that he didn't just cast the Generate on me instead of swinging. Normally this is just a debuff if I let him get any turns off. This is the int reel. again. This and this. I don't need that. I just needed the key. Also, harpies are now normal enemies. They were a mini-boss like 3 rooms ago, but now they're normal. And dark elementals are now normal enemies as well. But his meteor isn't that strong, so it's not a big deal. I couldn't get the manipulation right. Okay, healing up because I've been crit to death by Dullahan, and I don't want that to happen again. Ah, good, he didn't degenerate me, he just Heracles himself. That'll make it easier to get my MP back. Alright, that's all I need. I actually want to get hit here too. I want to get under 200 and I want to get under 200 HP. Swing, please. Please swing. Somebody? Somebody? Thank you. If I'm over 200 HP, there'll be a lich in this room, and I wanted to avoid that. Okay, 116 to 119. So this is an area I've been in before, but I couldn't get into that room specifically over there because I didn't have the iron key. Ow! Please? What is with all the crits today? I have never seen this many crits in one run. I'm stuck. That was the whole problem, was I got stuck on him. Alright, still more liches coming up, because this game. Yeah, I don't think I've ever made it through this room without getting at least one pass. Good to hear the nice dark chant sound. Okay, so this room, you just run straight forward. You don't turn, you don't attack anything, you just run. Otherwise, Lich will cast at you. I need MP. Because, hey, there's another lich in this room. Oh god, why? These dolls are just being so aggressive right now. Get rid of this one. I got a break art that I won't use. Okay, now unfortunately I have to get rid of it because I gotta put my buffs up. I'm gonna cast a cheap heal. This is gonna get rid of my magic ward so I can actually put my buffs up. Yes, it blocks my own magic as well. So there is a downside to using it. Got another boss fight coming up here, but there's no... It's technically more of a mini-boss because you don't actually get stats for it. Like, you don't get a stat... You don't get a stat slot machine afterwards. Well, that was fun. Good crit. So you for that fight you attack Misa instead of Tiager, because she has lower defenses. You just hit her in the arm and she just runs off. You don't actually kill them. Ooh, good miss. Magic. Oh, there's a regenerate. That's fine. Mana roots. I gotta have a little bit of MP to put buffs up before this next boss. And now I get to see if my weapon is too physical. Nope, I can do it. Good. So set up, I'm gonna disassemble the stinger, because I can actually equip the salamander ruby on the angel wing now, and it will become fire elemental. Sometimes the physical will be high enough that I can't do that. But I want fire element right now. But I've had it where the fire element was just way too far behind for the gem to actually make my weapon fire elemental. So I'd have to use the stinger in that case, which is fine. Like, it still does pretty damn good damage. So, welcome to Limestone Quarry. We're done with the sewers finally. Oh, so I now have a way to counter Degenerate. It's called Cast Heracles and it overwrites it. So this is Water Elemental. If you're wondering what happened to Air and Earth Elemental, I skipped them. There are two paths you can take a while back before doing Undercity East. You can either go through Abandoned Mines B2 or Undercity West again. And I chose to go through Undercity West and deal with Dark Elemental instead, because it ends up being faster that way. Wow, good miss. Starting off strong. The best chance I have to chain against him is against the body, but it's a 50% chance he's going to evade any chain. So I just kind of have to deal with it. I was just getting kind of RNG'd there. Alright, so this would be Strength Reel. Ah, overshot it. Sages at... Go to 120 something. 120 exactly, because +1. Yeah, I need my weapon. I need Paralyze and Numb in this room. Paralyze and Silence. Nice miss. No, not Soil Fusion. I want Lava Fusion. Next room doesn't have a boss, it just has a forced fight with two Dullahans, so I do need to be slightly buffed up for it. Oh, shit. You caught me. He usually doesn't catch up to me like that. That's why I should really just start buffing inside the room and not outside. I also, once again, forgot to change my abilities back. Hug the edge of the room because there's like traps everywhere. I don't remember where they all are. This one just keep running. Okay, you can go way over there. That's fine. Next boss usually doesn't take me out. I'm usually pretty prepared for it. But I have had mishaps here. So, yeah. Saves are going to be frequent from here on out. Also, this jump is really stupid. Ah, missed it. You're supposed to put them both on top of each other, but you can make it with only one. There we go. Crap, aimed at the wrong one. Weapon out, please. I think I have enough MP. I might have to use mana root. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not optimal to wait, but nah. I want to have enough for Degenerate coming in here, but I want a Magic Ward because he has some pretty nasty spells. Oh, 7. Whoops. Thought it was 8 for some reason. Oh well. Back here, you. Alright, there we go. That was the upgraded Ogre. Mr. Ogre Lord can cast spells and almost get up after death. He tries. Got it. Watch that. Just miss. At this point, I don't care what abilities I learn. I don't need any more of them. Also, say goodbye to Mr. Katana. He's been a good friend, but the Shiobona I just picked up is way better. Put this on for right now. No other gem. So I don't have to take one off later. Right, I still had that up. I hate when that ends up staying up and doesn't end up getting used. Nope, don't be greedy, don't be greedy, just make the safety save. This next boss is one that I actually have not died to in a speed run, but there's a first time for everything. Yep, sorry, just had to. I abandoned the katana just like that. It was a good friend, but it's just not quite up to par with the new sword. right? Yeah. Ooh, this swung faster than I thought he was going to. Now I switch back. So the next boss is surprise. It's another dragon. It's the snow dragon. I'm gonna use an air build against it because it's not that much weaker versus air, or not that much stronger versus air than it is versus fire. So I still end up doing a pretty good amount of damage. Jump. I was off on that. Good miss. Okay, now I'm already full on phantom points. Gain magic. Man, I am off on my chains right now. Spin the camera so I can see. Good RNG. There we go. He's dead. Just gonna take the agility +2 for that. What side of the room am I on? The entrance, of course. Alright, so this room has a complex puzzle. But you remember those fairy wings I farmed up earlier? We're gonna actually start using those. So fairy wings increase your movement speed and your jump speed. And by doing this, I can just skip this entire puzzle. So we're just not gonna bother with it. Jump. There we go. Oh, not that. Want that for Stasia. Here's another mini boss. Good, I didn't run out of HP. I take oh no, I take those. And then we heal because I damage. So when I damage myself, it damages my arm, and if I take too much damage on it, it actually cuts my attack in half. So I actually do have to heal that back up. So this room has a puzzle, and this one has to be solved. No, don't do that. Push that. There it is. I want to make sure I hit the right box. fall down. There we go. Puzzle solved. Okay, soil fusion again. Next boss is weaker to earth than he is to wind. Or boss, mini boss actually. Wow, didn't miss a single one. So for this, I just want the alchemist reagents. Even though I probably won't end up using them. This right here is a very important chest. We're picking up the Frost Maiden, which is a really good weapon. This is going to be my main weapon for the end of the game here. Throw the gem that was on this before, the Morlock Jet. I need this for one boss later on. Now we're using a hammer. No, I didn't mean to grab on like that. Okay, Fairy Wing number 2. I'm going to be skipping a couple more puzzles coming up, but I can use it to get through this next room without getting attacked. So jump. Jump back. By doing that, it manipulates them to move in a way that they're not going to bother with me. So that puzzle skipped. And that puzzle skipped. Just skip 2 puzzles. Because I can. And by keeping my HP down, there's now also not a air elemental in here. Still. Oh wait, I'm silenced. It'll wear off when I get in here. I don't bother putting up Heracles before going into that room because they can cast lead bones, which cancels it out. Good start. Oh good, we're gonna get into a degenerate battle. Alright, switch back to Game Magic. And she's dead. This should be an agility deal. That early. we are done with this area. Now moving on to the final area of the game, the Great Cathedral. You better believe I'm making a save here. Not load. How did you get on load? Alright, so this area is basically a boss rush. There's a lot of elemental battles. There's stronger versions of elementals here. Instead of just generic, water elemental, I'm going to be fighting Mareed, I'll be fighting Ifrit, Djinn, Dao, and Nightmare. And for most of them, I'm just going to go with an air build because their air resistance is not that much higher than their main weakness. 189 should be enough health to survive something if I have it thrown at me. No, not that. Not unlock. I'm not gonna unlock the Mareed. Get the wrong direction there. I was not getting very good luck. He has a 50% chance to dodge chain attacks. There we go, got it. I'm usually not that adept at getting 15 and 16 chains like that, but apparently I was on point for that one fight. Now, if I hurry, I can make it to the next boss before my buffs wear off. But first, we're going to stop at the healing panel here. Get rid of all my risk. Because next boss is in this room. Like I said, this is a boss rush. Oh, so here's Ifrit. Wow, I didn't quite get on that quick enough. Before I can do any more attacking. Usually I'm fast enough to get off before that. Oops. Oh, never mind, he's dead. So if my strength was really low right now, like if I've been really bad on my reels, I would actually detour into the room, the room up from where I am, and fight the Iron Crab. This is strength reel. But I'm actually doing fine on strength because I'm already at 120. But if I was sitting closer to like 110 or something, I would detour in there to fight it. I'd get an extra reel, and he drops 2 items that boost strength. He drops the wine that boosts it and an elixir of kings. So that's like a backup strat if my strength is ultra low at this point. But thankfully my strength's doing fine, so I'm not going to bother with that. That right there was my last use of soil fusion. The next elemental, I think you can guess which element it is if I'm using earth element. That's a little scary with that much risk. Okay, that wasn't too bad. I say that wasn't too bad, as I nearly died. Where are my variables? Of course, one hit away. I should have legitimately just died there. The agility reel. So, if you haven't guessed, the entire cathedral is just one giant puzzle, and you have to unlock floating platforms by killing bosses and getting a bunch of different keys. Like, it's just a huge fetch quest, basically. Avoid the poison panel there. No, not soil fusion. Buff fusion, please. So we're gonna have our nice friendly neighborhood red dragon, who is not actually a boss. Dragons have now been demoted to mini-boss status. Heal real quick. Hope I make it into the next room before the buffs wear off. Oh, did catch it. Good. Good. Want to get him down before my buffs wear off. Because that was a Lich Lord. He's worse than a Lich and casts even hard. His spells are just as mean and he has more HP. Yep, and there's the buffs wearing off. Heracles up. This next room, actually, you know, I can probably afford to just put up Magic Ward just in case. Just to be safe, because there's a Lich in here as well that I have to kill. And I have died in here because I missed and he cast at me, so I'm going to play it a little safe on that. Well, okay, that went great. Didn't need it. Oh, there's the MP plus 4. Could have used that a while ago. Oh, didn't turn soon enough. Oh, okay. That was me being an idiot. That's fine. I'm going to have to buff up later anyway, so getting rid of that magic ward is not a big deal. I just wanted it up for Lich just in case. There we go. There we go. Didn't miss. Take the free heal. This is right back at the beginning of the cathedral, by the way. I have to go this way to get up to the next section. This is where I get to make my next safety save, too. If everything goes correctly, this will be my second to last save. I should only end up doing it one more time. Oh yeah, MP's full. I was fine casting Magic Ward. Alright, we're gonna get one last use out of Sword Chan here. I need it for this one boss, or, well, so it's another dragon. Surprise. This is the Arch Dragon, which is Holy Element, so I need the Darkness Gem that I have equipped in this to do any real damage. And it just so happens he's weaker versus edged weapons than blunt, so it just makes sense to use this weapon for it. Next Vagrant. Oh, wow, I haven't missed that jump in a while. That's probably death. Or not. I'm alive. Okay, we can work with this. That was a crit and I missed. I'm gonna have to heal with items for a change with my Cure Tonics. I have not missed that jump in a while. I was fully expecting that to kill me, too. Probably because I actually have a pretty good intelligence stat right now. Alright, say goodbye to Sword Chan. We won't be using it again. We're gonna go back to the hammer for the rest of the run. Now I have to backtrack all the way back upstairs. When I said this was a large fetch quest, I meant it. Like, you go everywhere in here, except one room that has a crab in it that I don't have to fight. Don't even need to get fully on that platform. I can just hang off the edge and it's fine. Get buffed up. Because we got another elemental in here. This is going to be the Earth Elemental, or rather Tao, as he's called. This guy's a pain because he likes to run away, and he's just really annoying to get close to. I think I was supposed to go left at the very start to get him to come closer. Now he's probably just going to run away from me. Yeah, he is. Okay. Kept missing every other hit, so that's actually accurate. He has a 50% chance to dodge chains on his head. This is a strength reel. That's early. Oh, no, it wasn't. Okay, I'll take that. This is a no Raging Ache run, so I don't even allow myself to learn it. Okay, so I'm going to use my next fairy wing here. You don't actually need it to get across this gap, but I'm going to want it in like 2 rooms from now to skip a puzzle anyway. And this just makes it so I don't hang off the ledge quite as much here. Or I can just catch it at the wrong point and hang off the ledge anyway. Good job, game. There we go, got it. Didn't have to use the other one. Gonna heal just in case. So, last elemental boss. This is Nightmare. Once again, just using a wind build. Wind build is just really, really good for the end game. It just delivers without having to get a lot of crap together to make it work. 1 gem and 1 spell, and that's pretty much all I need. Oh, I got him. I wasn't expecting a death. I wasn't expecting him to die right there with how many misses that were in there. This is an int reel. I'll take it. Oh, I got strength +1. I'll take that. That's actually worth more right now. Okay, so I don't have to keep track of my stats anymore because I'm not getting any more reels. I do, however, want to use that Elixir of Dragoons I just got for some extra agility. I'm actually looking really good stat-wise. 124 strength, 126 agility. Like, I'm actually looking pretty good on stats. Good, I'm full MP. Okay, I need to make one little detour. I need to pop back to that workshop I activated earlier. I need to repair that hammer. It's really, really damaged right now. I think I got some mana bulbs kicking around here. There we go. Nope, I want Bluff Fusion. Putting all my buffs up before I save. "15 saves over the course of this." With how long these saves takes, we're talking minutes lost just to say things. Alright, here we go. Final 2 bosses. I forgot to equip Instill, by the way. I need to do that immediately. Shit, I dropped it. Well, that went well. I didn't dodge any of them. Also, you can skip this cutscene, but not until right there. You have to wait until that point. Alright, final boss. I've got a really good strength stat, so I'm going to hope he did not get a really good strength stat. Enemies actually have some slight variance to their stats, including bosses. And their stats can be rolled up, I believe. Don't quote me on it. I don't know exactly what the variance is. I just know there is a little bit of variance to it. But I'm sure most people remember this boss as being the one that they just couldn't do any damage to. My setup should very easily will be doing damage. You drop. Okay, magic ward will protect me. $37, wow. Oh, slow on that one. And time. Sorry, I meant to give you a little bit of warning, but I didn't want to drop my chain. What the heck am I fighting? I don't know what this is, really. It's very deformed, we know that much. But, wow, that was actually a very clean run for the most part. Oh, so I guess I'll just show the ending, because why not? Just to note, that was a load-bearing boss. The entire place is gonna collapse. But yeah, I'm actually really happy with that. That's not a PB for me. I actually PB'd off stream in my last practice run before this. It was a 218. So that was not actually a PB, but that was an overall very solid run. Way better than I was expecting. Yeah, I know. No escape sequence. They're trying to play it out. Like, we're trying to drag Sydney's body out of here. And it's just like, I guess I can make it? Maybe? Yeah, I know. They can teleport, but they're not. That would make sense. Boom. So much for that. And now the whole city's on fire. Yeah, we'll just count that as one of my dragon kills. It's fine. Number 7. I'd explain what's going on right here, but I've literally forgotten most of what the story actually is, so I can't connect it to what actually happened. I'm sure there's gotta be somebody in chat who can actually explain what's going on here, though. People who are more well-versed in the story of this than I am. was not much of a father, so I stabbed thee. And I guess set him free. I'd like to point out this is the only time in the entire game that they mention the word Vagrant outside of in the title. Okay, that's it for ending. Now it's going to go into the credits. But yeah, I'm actually fairly happy with how that went, because I was expecting a complete disaster. Because RNG. But yeah, I don't have anything else to really say, because I can't really comment on the story, because I don't remember most of it, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed the run. I hope it was at least somewhat informative in how, I mean, I know I wasn't explaining the combat mechanics that well. I was trying to make sure I didn't make any dumb mistakes. But I hope it was explained at least well enough from a few of the people in chat as to how the combat actually works in this, so you can get around doing 0 damage to everything. But yeah, that's all I got. I'm gonna go ahead and just pass it off to the next person. I did not actually check the schedule to see what's up next, but I'm sure whoever's on host duty right now can say something about it. But yeah, hope you all enjoyed, and keep watching the marathon. Really, really good runs from some great runners. And I will see you next Saturday, because I got one more run. But yeah, passing it back to them. Everyone have yourselves a good day.